I would say my life here is very similar to that of Canada without the snow or heavy jackets. My school day is a little bit longer. I start here at 7:30 and end at 3. My curriculum is very similar to what I taught before, so I'm very comfortable with that, and I have a lot of support here, and the resources are equally available, or even more resources here. In terms of my social life, it's very comfortable and it's very inclusive. The teachers are always welcoming you into their homes, and there's a lot of after-school activities that you could do. There's yoga. There is you can play ultimate frisbee, although I don't. But I do a lot of yoga on a weekly basis, and you just go for dinner, and you have dinner parties, and you go out for drinks and salsa dancing, and I don't miss my social life back home because it's the same as it is here.
I like, it's a very, very different kind of teaching than what I'm used to. It being Guatemala, being a very different place than Baltimore, it gives you a lot of opportunities that I wasn't used to. So what I've noticed recently, my first school, they would always do surveys and ask, what are your hobbies? I was like, teaching, that's all I have time to do, that's my hobby. But here, where I swim at least once a year, I read a lot more, I get a chance to write and actually do the things that I'm teaching my kids about, which is nice. Traveling a lot, hiking, and I actually get to have real hobbies, photography and even making little iMovie things and just stuff that you wish you would be able to do. And I get to travel a lot. So what I've liked about scuba diving classes too. See, I can't even keep track of that. But I like the traveling here in Guatemala especially because it's very open and unregulated. When you travel somewhere else, here's your pathway you walk on, put a quarter in the telescope, and now leave. But here, you travel where you want to go and do what you want to do when you get there, and it's very open, and it's the way you want to travel there. So that's been the most valuable thing to me here so far.
I made it a point when I first came to Guatemala that I wasn't only going to hang out with just Guatemalan teachers, not that there's anything wrong with that, but since I live here, I thought it'd be a great experience to also understand the culture and befriend people who are from Guatemala. A perfect way for me to do that was when I started going to yoga classes. And from that, I started creating a great niche of people that are from here and that have the same interests as myself. In addition, from just traveling to little places around Guatemala City has helped me meet other people from the area and also people who are traveling. But very interesting people, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I also do some volunteer work here, and so that also provides some great contacts as well.
In the same boat as Sora, I made it a point too when I came here. My roommate and I went out on our own, kind of away from the other American teachers, and met a lot of Guatemalans. And it's a totally different way to experience life here when you're with local people than when you're out with your American teacher friends. I actually have a boyfriend here now, Guatemalan, so I've learned a lot about the culture, and it's been really exciting. And I live now in Zone 10, so I can go walk around. I feel safe to walk around to the malls and the restaurants, and I'm really happy here.
My typical day is, because the weather here is perfect all the time, I usually get
Except
up.
when it's raining.
Well, except when it's raining, which never lasts very long. But I usually get up and go for a walk in the mornings because it's usually perfect out every morning, especially. It never usually rains until the afternoon if it's going to rain. And then we go to school from 7:30 until about 3 o'clock. And then after that we go to a gym, and the gym is, it has everything that our gym at home had, so I'm running on a treadmill that's in miles per hour, which is good. Because otherwise I think I'd be lost in the kilometers of it all. And then we go home, we either cook a meal or go out. There are tons of, at least in our neighborhood, we live here pretty near the school, taquerias we'll go to, or a panaderia and get coffee. And then we usually spend our evenings either with friends, or we're part of a Bible study. There's an English-speaking church here that we go to. We get tutoring, Spanish tutoring, which is really fun. So we do that once or twice a week. And then we either spend our weekends with the American teachers from the school, or just doing our own thing, traveling around the country, kind of going to the beach or climbing a volcano, going to the lake. So there's plenty of things to do here.
I think that's one of the best things about Guatemala is that I've been here now, well, visiting Guatemala for 15 years and living here for 13 years, and I still haven't seen everything that you can see yet, either here or in Central America, but there's always something discovered or a new place to go. And I've learned more about the country just from the other foreign teachers here because they seem to be more adventurous. I'm not quite as adventurous.
My favorite is the book club that comes once a month, and so that's really fun too. Another way I think that to be able to have an opportunity to talk about things beyond these walls, even if they're with the same people.
And being able to do excursions together.
Exactly, we used to do a lot there.
Vacations together, and it's really nice to do. And very,
exactly. Yeah.
It feels very home-like. We're having Thanksgiving dinner together prior to the Thanksgiving weekend, so it's very nice that way.
Exactly. There's always somebody that you can find to go travel with you, and it's wonderful when other people organize it, and